Do you ever feel like a little kid, like you are meant to be obedient, you're meant to do what you're told? If you don't do what you're told, you're going to be in trouble. There's kind of this feeling in the air at the moment. It's like, I better do the right thing. But today's reading the reading for you is the card of the month of your birthday. So I'm going to put out 12 cards randomly, and hopefully that'll give you a little bit of a heads up as to why you are feeling like you've got to do what you're told, because maybe you don't. So we always start with April, because April is the beginning of the energy year. So if your birthday is in April, then that will be the reading for you, and so on. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and everyone. We are being told, I guess what this is really saying, this card, is that when we feel that sense of we've got to do what we're told, it's kind of like we have a level of responsibility in our head. We know what we could or should be doing, and this is Spirit definitely talking to you like, that's probably not the best choice that you're thinking about right there. So we can have that conversation with Spirit so that we can feel comfortable knowing that we're working with them, not for them or from them, but working with them. Okay, so April babies, this card is letting you know that emotionally, quite often you behave in a way that reminds you of how your parents behaved, and that might really annoy you. But there are some great things you did get from your parents. Hopefully some of my children think that. I'm not sure who's perfect, but there's a sense for you that you'll do something and then you'll be like, oh, actually that was just like my mum or my dad or my grandma or my granddad or something, and you'll be like, actually that's kind of a gift. That was kind of lucky that I had that experience and I knew how to handle that situation. So April babies, Spirit is wanting you to think that not all the things that you think to do are necessarily a bad thing when you're thinking about a baby and something. May babies, there's definitely this family connection for you as well. So there's this sense of like, oh, well, what would my mum or dad do, or what would my siblings do, or what would my grandparents have done in this situation? So there's this kind of flow on in your DNA of being responsible and making the right decision. So but it feels really comfortable, and it makes you feel like, I have a good sense of morals and values. June babies, I should say. There you are. You are the one that everyone looks to do everything. And sometimes you may feel like nobody appreciates how much I do, but over the next few days, you're going to notice that people have been appreciating that, and you start to sort of feel a sense of flow and come back. And also it helps you feel like, I think I do know what I want to do for my work, or I know what I want to do for my future or my goal or the next thing that I'm wanting to have happen in my life. So it feels really good for you because you kind of boosted by the sense of appreciation. July babies, you will be getting kind of frustrated that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. That's fine. Flow with it. When something's not perfect, then that's okay. Not everything has to turn out great. And when you try to make it perfect, then that creates a pressure. So Spirit's like, shake that pressure off and just be you, because you do that really well when you just lead with like a swan, right? August babies, this is about getting creative, and you are very much able to engage in a kind of a new fashioned way. And it's not like being creative like old fashioned. When we think of creative, we might think painting or something like that, but this is doing something that's kind of fun and doing it maybe with young ones, but it feels like you're being included and you're enjoying the creativity that's coming in around you. So September, it's not a problem to look at problems, actually. So when we avoid thinking about problems, that can make the problems more accentuated. You can feel like, I'm not looking at them, and then you try to go to sleep at night and you're like, all you can do is stare at the ceiling thinking about the problem. So Spirit is encouraging you, it's okay to look at problems. And the way to really look at them is take them out of the old noggin and write them down. So write down what is happening for you, write down pros and cons, write down your choices around it. If I do this, if I do that. So you really can, because you're such an analytic person, it's better to get it out of your head so you can write it down. When you write it down, you'll know. September, October. This is about eating healthy, being healthy. You've been avoiding it. You've just been thinking, oh, look, I'm healthy. Yeah, it's just happening. But there's been either a plateau or you realize, actually, I'm not being that healthy. I'm just eating little bits of fatty things and not big bits of fatty things. That's still bad for you. I remember meeting this lady once who was like super slim, but all she ate was Snickers bars and coffee. I don't even know if she's still on the planet anymore, but it can't be good for you, can it? So this is what this card is for. October, babies, is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Take care of your health. November, getting out into the garden, getting out into nature has been really good for you. And this is still a thing. So that when you pause, when you're alone, when you get in your garden, when you're driving, this is your space of you being you and connecting to them. And that's where there's like some really great ideas that are going to be coming your way. December, babies. For whatever reason, you're not feeling on top of your game. You're feeling like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I should have done that. I should have done this, whatever it is. You're arguing with yourself about how you could have, should have. Spirit wants you to put music on really loud and clean the house or mow the lawns or whatever it is. Have a good time. Like, music will bring you back into pace with yourself. And, being critical of yourself, how's that useful? That's that sense of I must, I should. Spirit is wanting you to recognize that you cannot always be perfect. Get back up on your throne and do your thing. You're fine. January, babies. People say one thing and they do another, and that can be kind of annoying for you, but you're not stupid. You're intuitive and so before they even do it, knowing in the back of your mind there's this behavior and it's about to. So choose not to engage. Choose to just walk away from it when the bad behavior comes out. It's just like, yeah, not my problem. That's a you problem. Okay? So don't buy into it and analyze it as something that you need to fix or change. Leave them with it. February, babies. There is absolutely nothing to worry about. It's so weird how we do cut to ourselves, overanalyze things. We worry. And then it just clears up and we're like, I don't know why I spent so much time stressing about that. That is exactly what you're going through right now. Think of the things that you're stressing about and be like, you know what, I choose not to stress about that. And I'm going to go and do that. And you go and do the other thing so that you can release that anxiety, that stress, that tension within your muscles, within your body. This is not for you. Trust yourself. You are responsible to make that decision yourself. Otherwise, you will continue to stress. And stress is not good for the body either. March, babies. There's this sense of responsibility for you, we're coming back in the circle to about obeying. It's like you've trained to be a doctor or a nurse or a civil engineer or a teacher, and you think, oh, that's all I can ever do. And other people are making you feel like you don't do it very well. Who are they to comment? There's all this kind of circular shitola that's going on for you, and you're not stuck, you're not trapped. You can do whatever you want. That's your choice. And so Spirit is inviting you to think about what really would fill your cup. Because as you keep trying to fill your cup with the old stuff, it's feeling a bit moldy. It's feeling a bit, I don't know if I like this anymore. So Spirit is encouraging you. And there may actually be a very good friend that you can consult and talk about where you actually get really heard, and that helps you feel good about yourself and good about your decision. On that note, enjoy your weekend.